The Jazz need to change what they're doing with Ace Bailey. Let's talk about it. It's the Hoops Nerd Show. Like always, guys, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel. All right, so we're already like 8 or 9 games into the season. The Jazz have had an interesting start to the year. They're now sitting at 3-5. There's a very strong case that Utah could be at like 1-7. They barely beat the Boston Celtics. They barely beat the Phoenix Suns. And it's time for the Utah Jazz to decide what they are and what they want to do with this year and learn from the mistakes they've made the last 3 seasons that have led them to really not much of a difference of a team. They've seen some nice development from Keyonte George this year, but for the most part, this season's been pretty predictable. The only thing that was super unpredictable that I didn't see coming is that the Utah Jazz decided that Svi Mykhailiuk was much more important to the future of the team than Ace Bailey. Now, we've gotten all the different reports at the beginning of the year, how sick Ace Bailey was. I mean, there's been conflicting reports on just how sick he was. There was the tendonitis thing. Who knows? I don't know what the truth is completely based off of the things we've been told by the Jazz and based on what we've been told by reporters. And to be honest, it doesn't make a lot of sense because it's really clear the Jazz don't really have a very clear idea of what they want from this season. Before the season started, they traded Jordan Clarkson, John Collins, and Colin Sexton to clear the way for the young players to play, only to have Svi Mykhailiuk getting minutes over Ace Bailey. It doesn't make sense. And Utah has a very good opportunity to be high in the draft again and draft a generational player in one of Darren Peterson, Cam Boozer, or AJ DeBonsa. Instead, they're not doing anything that makes any sense. They're trying to win games and also not develop their young star that they would have drafted at 3 had they won that spot in the lottery. And so Jazz fans are left in confusion, not knowing what to do. And you know who else is in confusion of what's going on? The Utah Jazz marketing and social team. Go look at all the posts. Go look at all the ads. Everything includes Ace Bailey. So it seems like everyone is expecting Ace Bailey to play except for the Jazz and the front office themselves. I mean, I see the numbers. When I talk Ace Bailey, when we talked about Ace Bailey during the draft, it was huge. Fans are excited to watch Ace Bailey, not Svi Mykhailiuk. And Ace Bailey is the future. The fans are right on this. It's not the Svi Mykhailiuk show down the road. Will Svi Mykhailiuk even be on the team next year? Probably not. But you know who will be? Ace Bailey. And you know what's important for Ace Bailey right now? Development, getting a chance to play with the better players on the team. This coming off the bench thing and judging him based off of that is also not fair because he's not playing with the best players on the team and building chemistry with the players that he'll play with in the future. Every minute that he's on the floor, not with Keyonte George, is a mistake because who will he be playing with in the future? Keyonte George. So wouldn't you want to have him getting that experience now with Keyonte instead of trying to rush that experience later? And speaking of Keyonte George, it's been like 3 years for him to finally get the opportunity to play and to start. For 3 years, the Jazz prioritized the development of players like Talen Horton-Tucker, Kelly Olynyk, Colin Sexton, Jordan Clarkson, all these players over Keyonte George. And yes, Keyonte George has gotten better, and that time he did get in the past helped him. But you know what helps a player get better? Reps, and having a team show confidence and belief in you and allowing you to work through your mistakes quicker. Now, Keontae George being this good last year might not have been the best thing because Utah tried to go for the top pick and they got a top player in Ace Bailey, even though they didn't win the lottery. And it just goes to show that Utah should be looking at developing their young players like Ace Bailey and Walter Clayton, even as they make mistakes, because it's a twofold win. One, they get development and they get better. And two, it likely leads to the Jazz losing those close ones like they won against Boston and Phoenix and getting a better pick in the draft. No one will remember those wins against Phoenix and Boston in 5 seasons. No one will remember it unless it leads to the Jazz not getting a top pick. Right? So Utah has to decide what's important. And in my opinion, having Svi Mykhailiuk getting more priority than Ace Bailey is a huge mistake and does a disservice both to Ace Bailey, to the future of the Jazz, and to the fans. Guys, like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Game day!